Today we're using a 4/8 Woston home and Orion high performance soap. Safety Cat and I are gonna try to return back into the straight shaving world here on the Safety Cat Studios YouTube channel. Good morning, my friends. Today we're going to continue to try and get back into straight razor shaving, seeing how the hand is doing. In doing so, I pulled out a high performance soap, CBL's Orion. This is a high performance base. I don't know if it's still in production or how many fragrances. This is the only one like it that I've got. It's came in a super neat jar. It's gotten wet a couple times, and so you can see how kind of messed up the label's gotten. But butter, cooking butter, something butter. Looks to be another vegan type soap. It's a little fussy to lather, which is probably why I haven't used it much. Because I'm lazy, but today I've got nowhere to be, so spend a little extra time, run it up, and it does lather pretty good. It does a great job. And then this copper tin, which is, I found this in the dining room. I don't know what it's got to be a shaving bowl, because what else could you use it for in dining wise? Anyway, this thing floats pretty good, so I made some lather and I floated it in the hot water and warmed it up until I was ready. Trying to get Safety Cat back in here to keep an eye on me. Our razor today is an older 4/8 inch Woston home. It's wicked sharp. Oh dang it, I forgot. Just a minute, I gotta do a little maintenance here. I didn't strap it before we started, so we have a little time to I'll chat with you while I'm kind of just dragging it across the leather. I'm not going to do the linen. And this is something, because a lot of times when I'm doing straight shaves lately, I've been using the feathers quite a bit. And I have hundreds of these standard straights, and I haven't been doing them much because once again I've gotten lazy. But you gotta have a strop or do some way to kind of keen them up. It kind of burnishes any little oxidation that showed up on the very edge, and not like that happened in my drawer. I've got desiccant packets in there, and I'll kind of wipe them down a little bit with just a touch of silicone oil just to kind of coat the steel. I don't live in a moist environment, so that's really big time overkill on storing your razors, but I did that knowing that these razors are going into kind of long-term storage, because it takes them a while to come back up in the rotation. That should do us. We'll check him out here. Oh yeah, we're ready for prime time. So, let's get started. Warm water. My last shave, I did a 4-passer with a pan of crema, and had a nick, and I must have applied a little pressure. I had a little hot spot here that weeped out a little bit. But we're back at it. This soap is, as I recall, very, very slick. She's not showing a whole lot of whiteness, a big billowy pillows of lather. this soap in particular doesn't necessarily need that. Kind of gets in the way, especially when you're using a very kind of a small razor. 4/8 is going to end up cleaning it off, and it'll get filled up with lather real quick. So let's give her a go. And because of its narrowness, it also is very thin. It's super light. So instead of letting the razor do its work, I'm having to do all the muscle impact use my muscles to move the razor across the skin. So it's going to require a pretty light touch. Neat little razors, and it's kind of fun to use. I would call this, because they're not as popular, 4/8 and 3/8. Those real narrow razors. They're a little more novel. So I don't get a lot of specimens to exercise and practice with. You get a ton of feedback, not audio, but probably doesn't show much on the little screen what you're watching. But the razor feels each little whisker that tries to stop it, because it doesn't have very much inertia. And so then you can kind of feel your way through the shave. Definitely this is not a beginner type razor. This is after you've got a few shaves under your belt. This is the narrower one. I don't recommend for beginning straight razor shavers. I got a huge ton of soap lather here. I don't think I'm gonna do 4 passes, but could if I wanted. Shouldn't take much loading. The texture of the soap, the kind of ropey, a little bit different. I don't know what he put in there to do what it does. I bought it when it came out, and he was very proud of the base. And so I said, sure, I'll try it out. So I got some. I don't think I got the matching aftershave, so I'm using another CBL fragrance for my aftershave. I have to get this thing done. There's a couple of whiskers snagalizing on the blade there, telling me they were still there. Because I'm moderately overweight, I don't have my Adam's apple hidden down in the folds of fat down there. And that's where I abraded myself the last shave. But that's I may have to tune this up a little bit on the Jasper. Not bad. That wasn't too bad a shave, actually. Go back, there's maybe a little less residual after past residual slickness, but still plenty good. In line with the rest of CBL's soaps. I should be ready. I'm going to town slick here. Elm isn't screaming. Little tingle. Yeah, not a bad shave at all. Feeling more and more confident with each shave. Bringing myself back into straight razor shaving. And I'll give you guys some more variety in the razors that I'll get to show you. And maybe some idea as you're looking at acquiring razors. It's a disease. Razor acquisition disorder is what we'll call it. Wosty Home is a good old brand. This is, turn of the century type razors. This is what they call a original true pipe razor. I don't know what constitutes a pipe razor, but it's a pretty little thing. Now I could clean it up more, but and that's how you can tell it's a Wosty Home. But I like to leave a little bit of the age patina on them because then they look older, and it just makes me feel like I've got a little piece of history there. We use that today with our Orion base soap, and we'll follow that up with CBL's California Sunrise. This is one of his original fragrances. And it, I bottle of that will last you a long time. The leather forward in its fragrance, and that's just fine for Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, which we're getting into. And that's our shave today. I'm Major Rich. You can find me at theshavingcadre.com, or you might be finding me on the Safety Cat Studios YouTube page or my accompanying webpage. If you made it this far, thank you for wading through. And hit the like and to subscribe, doesn't cost you anything. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.